52 Traders, episode 76.
Slow down, relax, learn the process, and learn why you're taking this trade.
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another episode of the 52 Traders podcast. I'm your host, Cam Hawkins, and today we've got Russ Horn on the show. Now, it's taken me a long time to get Russ on the show. We actually first started communicating, I think it must have been over a year ago. I got his Skype address from episode 6 or 7, one of my previous guests who recommended I get him on the show. We finally just recorded this show as of last week, and I thought, what better time to launch it than on the eve of his new program that he's launching called Forex Equinox. So guys, if you want to find out more about that, I've put up a few goodies on the 52 Traders website. You'll need to go to 52traders.com/Russ or find Russ in the search box, and there should be a link on that page. Now, before we get into the show, there's one more special announcement here. We have our first sponsor of the show. Today's sponsor is TradeDefender.com. Guys, they keep this show free, so please do thank them, TradeDefender.com. They also have a special coupon code for you, so let's hear from them now. Trade Defender gives you unparalleled access to financial data previously reserved for hedge funds and trading firms. This includes financial statements, historical prices, option statistics, Wall Street earnings estimates, and more. With Trade Defender, you're able to access all this data with simple commands in Excel, Google Sheets, or Python. In addition to data and tools, Trade Defender offers templated analysis, in-depth tutorials, and thorough instructional guides. Our strategic partnerships with institutional data providers allow us to give you the same data that professional trading firms use, so that you can gain the upper hand in the market. Visit TradeDefender.com and use the promo code 52traders, all one word, at sign up for $50 off. Again, that's $50 off when you visit TradeDefender.com and use the promo code 52traders. Right guys, so there it is, our first sponsor of the show. Sounds like a great place to go if you're looking for historical data that the big boys are using. Okay, let's get on with today's interview with Russ Horn. Right, welcome Russ. Thanks for joining me here on the 52 podcast this week. So you're in Canada. How are things over there these days?
Hello, Cam. Canada is good. I'm in kind of Western Canada. It's springtime, so we have kind of that springtime weather where we get some really nice days, and then it's followed by snow. So it's in that transitional phase right now.
Yeah,
Today's a nice day.
I've been to Toronto, but only on transit. That's as close. Well, I suppose as much time as I've spent in Canada, and all I remember was a lot of snow and a lot of ice hockey gear selling in the shops. So
yeah,
that was my that's Canada sort of summed up to me. I did actually look to move there at one stage with work, and it all sounded great. And then somebody started telling me about having to plug your car into heater sockets in the car parks and stuff to keep it warm so it would start.
In the wintertime, it can get pretty cold, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look, so let's get on with the show. So can you tell us a bit more about you personally and what first attracted you to trading? How did you get into it?
Sure. I don't know how much interesting there is about me. I can tell you what kind of got me into it.
Yeah, let's start there.
In the late 90s, I had a t-shirt shop. I was printing t-shirts, a one-man show. It's just a little tiny shop. I kind of fell into it by accident, and it's what I was doing. And I didn't really like doing it, but it was what was paying the bills. I was pretty good at it, and it's kept me busy, and I was getting paying the bills with it. But I never really looked to expand. It was just a one-man thing, and because of the fact that it was just a one-man thing, it meant a lot of late nights, a lot of long hours. So I was doing okay. I was making a few bucks. And then a friend of mine says, you know what, if you've got some extra money, which is what I was looking to do, if you've got some extra money, you should invest it with this guy because he's able to take some money and turn it around. It was kind of a high risk investment thing. So the returns were supposed to be pretty good. And he had been with this guy for a few months and said he was just doing awesome. He was making 10, 12% a month. And I thought, okay, well, let's try that. Couldn't really hurt. I thought I was being smart. I'm going to make my money work for me kind of thing. So I did that. I invested with this fellow for about 3 months and I made about 30%, which I thought was fantastic. But his whole facility, his whole organization, his whole procedure got shut down and all the money went with it. But of course, everybody was a little bit upset about that. But I looked into it a little bit more. I'm like, this guy, is he really making these kinds of returns? So looking into it, which is probably what I should have done to begin with, looking into it, 80% of what he was generating come from the Forex markets. And at that point, I had no idea what that was. What's Forex? I have no clue. I have no idea what that is at all. But he was generating this kind of money from these markets. So I did look into it. I started just online research. Google's your best friend. And I found out what it was. But what attracted me to it more than what this guy was generating every month were the charts, to be honest. It was the charts that got me really interested in it. Once I started looking at the images of these charts, I'm mathematically inclined for the most part, and that sort of struck a chord with me. I really could sort of see what was going on, and it resonated with me. I really was impressed by the charts themselves, the way the markets move up and down, and how you could try to guess where the market was going to go based on what the market had already done. And once I don't know, it was just a few hours. Once I got into that, a few hours into that, I think I was hooked forever. And I started working, trying to learn how to trade while I was already working 16, 17-hour days printing t-shirts. So I was coupling the two together. Took a while, of course. But after about 2 years, I started making money in the markets. And then eventually it went from making some money to making enough money, selling the t-shirt shop, and then trading full time.
Well, what a great story from t-shirt shop owner to trader. That's a title for the podcast for sure. So you said you're mathematically inclined. I mean, I suppose what I haven't heard is what was your education? I mean, did you go to university? Did you study mathematics? How did that sort of fit in? Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long. And trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work? What we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart. So what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well. So how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running. So we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month. The broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy. So something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description, so if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.